Hi, welcome to another video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So the previous video I've done showed, a couple of stuff that they do to target me, using Pam to target me, sending me subliminal message. And after I finished that video, I forgot to add a particular uh, screenshot that of the movie that we were watching, because the previous night after before I did that video, um, I should say that not the previous night, but 2 nights before, we started to watch that movie. And she had paused the movie to a particular scene, and then she got up and she left. So she didn't finish watching the movie. No, me and the kids had already seen the movie. We went to the theaters, to the theater and saw it. So, um, but she paused this movie at this particular scene, and let me show it here. All right, this particular scene here of this movie. Okay, and again, in this movie, this character in the virtual world, he plays a kind of curator. You see, he looks, he's kind of like a butler, you know, and this is one of the themes that they will do when it comes to coercive persuasion. Okay, because after that, the next day, as you saw in the video that I did, where she was sitting on the couch next to me, and again, we were finishing watching the movie, and she kept uh, basically taking her thumb and like tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it, tapping it over and over and over again, repeatedly. And we were watching the movie for about a good 15 minutes or so, and she kept doing it throughout the entire time. And so that was when I took up my phone and you saw me recording, and she saw that I had the phone pointed towards her, and she changed up the tactic when she was doing it. Not regular as she was doing it before, but you can clearly see in the video that she was doing it. And she took her hands, put it on her leg, and started doing it on her leg. Taking her thumb and tapping against her leg. So again, this was again after this, right? And so one of the things that they try to do is to try to shut me up about what it is that they're doing. Hey, if you don't be quiet, then we're going to, use her against you, which they're already doing. So it doesn't make a difference. We're going to use others against you. And lately, they've been using a lot of Asian women. Okay, so they went from Hispanic women to Asian women, the past week or so. And so, I was just like, man, it just goes to show you how they get concentrated group of people, okay, different ethnic group in a concentrated form, and they'll target you that way for about a week or so. Then they'll get another ethnic group of people and do the same thing, and then they'll use all ethnic groups at the same time. Okay, and when they use it in a more concentrated form, that's what I call ethnic, being targeted by ethnic groups. Okay, so again, I don't need to go over what is coercive mind control tactic and coercive persuasion uh, programs, but I do want to make this point. Okay, because when we were looking at this movie, like I said, she paused it at this particular scene, and then she got up and left. Now that was 2 nights before I did that video. Okay, so one of the things again is to try to you know, get me to be like her servant, right? Because no matter how many times I've spoke to her about when she come in the house, you know, um, please take off her shoes, put it in the foyer by the door. You know, when she takes off her clothes, please pick it up off the floor and put it in the hamper or on the hamper. Please stop emptying out the contents of her bag, you know, in the living room and just leaving it there and just walking off, because I have to clean that up. And they don't want me to say anything to her when she do that, right? When she does that. So, for example, I realized lately that whenever I talk to her about this stuff, she yawns. She goes, you know, that sort of thing. So it's like a trigger for me, right? And she continues to do it. Now, over the weekend, you know, they were targeting me very heavily leading up to the weekend, because after that, I did that video, and she came home that night, you know, she started, you know, again, targeting me heavily. And, you know, Friday, it was my weekend to have the kids, and, you know, she was going to her uncle's daughter, Sweet 16, and I told her months ago that I wasn't going to go, because she had asked me. So I said, I'm not going. And then she kept asking me again. I said, I'm not going. So I said, well, listen, you know, you have the car for the weekend. Drop me and the kids home, come and pick the kids up on Saturday, and, you know, you guys can go. Because she told me, she's like, I'm going to come pick the kids up at 1 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, fine. So she dropped us home, and she dropped to my house. And then the next day, you know, when I didn't hear from her, it was around like 12 o'clock. I gave her a call, and I said, hey, where are you? And she was like, well, I'm still in bed. I'm still sleeping. Okay, now remember, she was supposed to come and get the kids at 1 o'clock. So then she gets out of bed, you know, after 12. Then she had to go to the nail salon and do all this stuff. And so, you know, I call her again at 4 o'clock. And I'm like, hey, are you coming to get the kids? Well, I can't come and get the kids and this and that, and I'm still in the nail salon and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, yeah, the sirens. See, they don't want me telling the story, okay? Because they know that they're using her to, you know, psychologically harass me and try to force me into situations where, you know, I don't want to be, okay? So, anyway, so I said to her, listen, you know what? You gotta come and get these kids. Or this is what you can do. I said, you know, when you get yourself ready and dressed, bring their clothes to my house, and you can dress them there and leave. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. I got so much to do. And so she asked me to take a cab and bring them to her. So I'm like, all right, fine. Okay. So I was like, well, call me when you're finishing the nail salon. So about another hour went by. And I was like, you know what? I ain't hear from her. I'm going to just take a cab. So I called a cab, you know, took a cab to her house. And then she calls me as soon as I'm about to get to her house. And she's like, hey, I'm at the nail salon. And then, you know, we met her on her block. You know, at that time, it's after 5 o'clock. Now, mind you, okay, she has to be at this party for 7 o'clock, because it's from 7 to 11. So I'm like, okay. So, you know, I was about to go back home. And I said to her, well, how are you going to get to the party? Because she was like, before, I don't feel like driving it. I'll probably just take a cab. And, you know, I was like, you know what? I should just stay in this damn cab and go home. But me being who I am, I was like, you know what? I'll take you. Okay, I'll drive you out there. I'll take you. So, went upstairs, got the kids dressed. She's getting dressed. We did not leave her house until after 8 o'clock, okay? Not kidding you, all right? And so when we left, we went upstairs, I got in the car, put the kids in the car, I got in the car, she gets in the car, and, you know, I started pull out of the parking space, I started driving, and there was a car in front of me. And as you can see here, right, is a gray Nissan Maxima. Again, what do you see as I talk about that number that they use constantly to target me with? The number 32 within the car. All right, within the license plate of the car. Right? So at that point, I'm like, I took my, I had my phone on the camera mount, on the phone mount. So I started recording it. Okay?
So 25, 22. So, okay, that's great, man. Just want to make sure, 'cause I had GPS it before last night, but I just want to make sure.
Okay, I'm going to turn the volume down because the windshield wiper is making this squeaking sound. It's really, really annoying. So anyway, so I decided, okay, you know what? I drive her all the way to Queens. Now this is like towards the RFK bridge, so it's far from where she's at. Okay, so I have to drive her all the way to Queens. All right, and also my back was hurting me that entire day. I woke up in the morning and my back was killing me, and I knew if I didn't drive her to Queens, okay, that she would got there probably around minutes to 10, and she would have only been there for about 2 hours, okay, hour and a half, because it's supposed to end at 11, but that night when I went back to pick up, it actually ended at 12 o'clock. Okay. So I'm just gonna skip past a lot of this stuff. Again, it was a couple of vehicles with the number 32, but I have so much to talk about in these videos that I'm just gonna just skip past all of it. I may just upload the raw videos. Okay, so we're on the highway, and you know, merging into I have to merge into this lane here. Let's see if I can see it. Okay, I believe is it this vehicle? So as I was actually, I may have I kind of wanted to show the timing, the synchronization. So there was a particular vehicle as I was merging into this lane, right? The vehicle, I pull up alongside the vehicle, right side of me, the left side of me, and again, number 32 was in the license plate. It was one of these vehicles. Okay. So I started recognizing like, hey, you know what? Yeah, they're definitely back on that number 32 again. The frequency of vehicles with the license plate with that number in it the frequency had increased exponentially. So that's when I realized and said, hey, you know what? Okay, I'm being targeted. So I need to uh, start recording this stuff. Even though I record anyway, but this was the weekend. And I was like, wow, okay. So, and this is me again taking her to Queens. It was all the way in Queens. It was Astoria, Queens, I believe, which is like at the very end of Queens, going into the Bronx, right by the RFK bridge. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the car. 2332. as the license plate. So as soon as I merge into that lane, the car that I merged right next to, right, ended up being the car with the number 32 in the license plate. So they're not finished yet. They're not finished yet. And again, I had to watch what I was recording because I didn't want to run out of space on my phone. So I needed to keep, some space on there just to, show the level of harassment that was taking place. So anyway, dropped her off and heading back into Brooklyn and got back on the highway. This was the BQE. So took the BQE and used my GPS, and all of a sudden my GPS just went off. Like, it says GPS signal could not be found. And I'm like, what? What do you mean GPS signal cannot be found? So what happened is that they basically, jammed my phone so I wouldn't get any GPS signal. And it's been a while since I've actually taken the BQE that far out in Queens. And so on my way back, I said, let me take the same route. And because I remember the exit, I said, I know I got to get off at, I didn't remember the exit number, but I remember the exit name. Okay. And so I end up, because, I was fidgeting with the GPS, trying to get it to work. And, because again, they hacked into the GPS system on my phone and basically, prevented me from using the GPS to get back home. So I end up missing the exit. I was supposed to stay to the left, but I was in the right lane because the traffic was clear on that side. There was a lot of cars on the other two lanes. And I forgot that I was supposed to stay to the left, so I end up going into Manhattan, right? And the exit when you go into BQE West, the exit to the Williamsburg Bridge again is the number 32. So you see how they purposely turned off my GPS, blocked me from having any access to the GPS, right? So using Google Maps. And again, we all know Google is heavily infiltrated by the CIA. Actually, the CIA helped create and build Google as well as Facebook, so they can do that stuff. They're embedded. Their software is embedded in the infrastructure of these two companies. Okay, so I ended up missing that. So I was like, I called my son after I got back into Brooklyn. Actually, before, when I was driving through Manhattan to go to the Manhattan Bridge, they started using a lot of Asian women along the way to target me. So I'm like, okay, well, now I see what's going on here. And so I got back into Brooklyn. I called my son and to ask him if he wanted some checkers. So he was like, yes. I went. There's a fast food place called Checkers. So took Flatbush down to Empire, made the left onto Empire, and as I made the left on the Empire, I came right behind this vehicle. Okay, and you can see how this is all orchestrated because they're listening to my conversation with my son. They're now going to go to Checkers. So this is purposely done. So you see this person right here? He doesn't want to be identified, so he turns his back. Okay, because I've seen him. When he saw me reach to turn on the camera because I raised my hand to touch the phone screen, he turns around, and you'll see him stay right there. And again, pull up behind gray car, the number 32. Okay, not sure if it's gray or not, but yeah. So this is the stuff that they do, right? Again, constant. And remember, I have to be aware of, because it's the weekend, and I don't have a webcam on my computer at home. I do have the software, but my computer's in the living room at my house, and I have a nephew, a grown nephew, and he just makes a whole lot of noise, playing music all the time. So I can't even do any video there. So I had to keep reminding myself, listen, I have to watch my storage, and I actually had to end up deleting videos from Friday that showed a lot of my targeting, but I just thought that because of the frequency of that number again, that I just had to, I'm just gonna delete those videos and then I'll record it again. So I'm going into Checkers. And I'm gonna let the video play for a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay, so went to Checkers, got the food, went home, and about an hour, and a half later, because I think by the time I got back to Brooklyn, I said I dropped it off. It was after 9, probably about 9:20. Got back into Brooklyn, like I said, when they screwed up the GPS, I had to end up taking exit 32 into Manhattan. Try to get back on the Williamsburg Bridge, but they had blocked off, the side street, so you couldn't make the left turn. So I had to end up taking the Manhattan Bridge, and when I had turned off on one of the side streets to go around to take the Williamsburg Bridge, they were targeting me with Asian women, and so anyway, got home about I wouldn't even say an hour and a half, probably like about by the time I got home was after 10. Then she calls me at 11 minutes after 11, and then I left, right? So left my block, turned on to made the right turn onto Troy, and as I got to Troy Eastern Parkway, there was a car in front of me, and I didn't recognize the license plate at first, but it wasn't until the light changed that it made the turn, and I made the turn after him or her who was driving that car. I realized what the license plate says, right? Okay, so the license plate says more life. Okay, so let me tell you. So when I told Pam that I wasn't going to the party with her, and that she can keep the car, she can drive there, they were sending me threatening subliminal message, like threats, subliminal threats. And so because I dropped her there, came home, and I told her, listen, you know what, just call me and I'll come pick you back up. Now again, so when you see people with license plates like this, with stuff like that, these people, I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them, they have these license plates because they're part of a cult. And this cult, okay, involve those in law enforcement, those in religious organizations, and they're intertwined, okay? And the FBI and the CIA, who are running mind control coercive persuasion program, using weapons that some would say fantastical weapons, okay, as well as microchipping for remote neural monitoring. Now, all of this was an experimental phase, but I believe now they have gone full blown live in terms of knowing. They already know what the capability of the chip does and everything. So now it's just now they're going to have started implementing it as part of their brainwashing mind control programs. Now, you may listen to this if you're another TI and said that I'm crazy or what have you. Go ahead. I don't really care. But I know for sure you will see more and more targeted individuals come forward as they realize what is happening to them and what's being done. And it's my hope that by doing these videos that people look at it and say, hey, you know what? This seems very familiar. And will look at one of my videos and understand that this is what's being done to them. Okay? So now watch this. So you may not think it's strange, but like I said, the minute I left my block and I made the right, this car was in front of me. Wasn't really paying attention to the license plate until it made the turn onto Eastern Parkway, and I realized, hey, I look at the license plate, I'm like, okay, I see what's happening. So I think in the video you'll hear me say, okay, well the radio's on, so I want to thing, but I was saying in the camera, I was saying, wouldn't it be funny if this car is going the same route that I'm going to take to get to Queens, right? Okay, let me skip past some of this just for time's sake. Okay, so now I'm going to turn on to Rogers. Of course, he's going to turn on to Rogers too, right? Now, he pulls alongside this vehicle, okay? And again, this is street theater. Watch. Now this vehicle in front of me now, he's going to go to the right lane behind that car where it says more life on it, right? This vehicle here, the license plate, you'll see if you get a little closer, have the number 32 in it, okay? All right, let's see if I can. Let me put the volume because I think I called out the name of the license plate. All right. The plate EPU. Let's go back. Grab went around. Okay, license plate EPU 8132. Okay. Right. So now the vehicle that pulled out behind this vehicle, he goes into this lane now. License plate number again. Again, it's all street theater. Now you see the vehicle, right? That white car with that says more life on it, right? Now he makes the right onto, this is Atlantic Avenue. Okay. Now he's going back in the opposite direction in what we've took to get to Rogers Avenue. He's going back, in the same direction, okay, except we were going this way. Now he's turned back to go back that way, okay? Now, think about it. Think about it. Does that make any sense? Okay? Does that make any sense? Because he could have turned down on any of the streets to get to his destination. Because believe me, it would have been easy for him to turn on any street and come up wherever to go, whatever in between blocks, right? Between Bedford and Rogers, and whatever side street he wants to go to. Believe me, I drive in Brooklyn, so I know. But again, street theater, street theater. Okay, so he turns off here. Okay, so anyway, let me just skip past this. Like I said, there were a couple of there were more vehicles with that number in the license plate, but I'm not going to. I didn't think I recorded all of it because, like I said,
so just took the exit ramp
after the last video, got onto the highway, okay, and got off of the exit, right, to go pick up Pam and the kids from the Sweet 16 party. Immediately as I get off the exit, pull up behind a white Nissan again.
First car
right here,
behind,
number 32 in the license plate.
The white.
Okay, let me go so you can see it better. See that? The number 32 again at the end of the license plate, right?
So just took the exit ramp.
Okay, so you think it's done. All right, like I said, this is not coincidence. I'm showing you this is purposely done, purposely. Okay. Now, okay. All right, so the video, I stopped the video because, again, I wanted to conserve space on the phone just in case, you know, there's more of this targeting. Of course.
The cab. T7.
Now, immediately as I pull up, well, the establishment is on this side of the street, but immediately as I pull up close to the establishment, almost in front of it, cab driver pulls up, okay, and as you can see, the number, as I'm saying, okay, that's the license plate number of this cab, okay, the number 32, right? So again, I'm showing you guys that this is purposely being done, and the perps being religious that they are, because whatever it is that they're being told, whatever those in the authoritative position are telling them, they're telling them, oh, this is God's doing this. This is not God. That's why recently, you know, when they walk in front of me, they look up in the sky. So I started looking up in the sky too, because you remember, everything that they're going to do to me, I'm going to do it back to them. I'm going to mimic them. So if they believe that God is the reason why this is happening to me, I'm letting them know God is the reason why. God is the purpose and the reason for whoever God is, that's letting me expose what it is that they're doing. Okay? So if you think it's God that's doing this to me, well, you know what? God is doing this to you by allowing me to expose everything that you're doing. You know, I don't believe in God, but you know, they believe in God. I'm just going to use it against them in every single way. Okay?
So shows up another cab. T748832.
All right. I mean, you know,
reach the destination to pick up. And
it's not much I can say. It's like I'm showing you guys over and over the shit that they do. Okay. And so when I got there, I called Pam and I said to her, "Hey, I'm here." Okay. And she's like, "Oh, come in, find parking, come in." So I found parking, went in there, went into the hall in which they had the Sweet 16 party. Immediately as I entered there, the people that work there, the waiters, you know, the bartender, they all started targeting me. You know, they started again with and they were Hispanics, right? They started targeting me. They started walking in front of me. There was this short Hispanic lady walked in front of me. She looked at Pam, and then she does this to me. Okay? And so at that point, I did the same thing back to her. And when I did that, it seemed like everybody demeanor changed. Okay? Even Pam. she started dancing in front of me, and then another Hispanic waiter, he started taking out his keys and waving it and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, oh, hey, whatever. So anyway, we ended up leaving. We had to use the bathroom, and of course, as I sat in the hallway, because Ethan had to use the bathroom, Alyssa and Pam had to use the bathroom, so I'm waiting. All of a sudden now, you see all these Asian young girls and women, all of a sudden now walking back and forth in front of me, looking at me and stuff like that. And then, these two young teenagers came in. First they were standing up in front of me, and I had to say one of them, I guess she was there with her mother brought her there, but she was wearing a skin tight dress, and I'm like, okay, your teenage daughter going to a Sweet 16 party, and this is how you dress her. I mean, it may be fine for somebody, but I know when my daughter turns 16, she's not going to be dressing like that. Okay? And so, again, they were, sometimes when they do stuff like that, they're trying to use this pedophilia theme. So, and then all of a sudden now, you see all these guys, they're walking past, and they're looking at her, the girl, the young teenage girl wearing the skin tight dress, and she looked like her body looked like a grown man body, okay? And so they kept looking at her, kept looking at me, and then all of a sudden she sits down, right beside me, her and her other friend right beside me, and they're having some conversation, really weird conversation, and it's like, should I say something to him or have you, something of that sort. And I'm looking, I'm listening, I'm just like, shaking my head, like literally shaking my head, okay? And then this Hispanic woman, because they had I guess a Sweet 16 for, and the people that were majority Hispanic, because there's been a lot of Hispanic music. So one of these Hispanic women came out, she was wearing, I think it was a white dress, and she stood up right in front of me, like right in front of me, okay? And she looks good, I mean, I wasn't staring at her, but I looked at her, she's right in front of me, she was a very beautiful woman, and then you start to see the crowding, okay, that takes place. And, I'm just like, whatever, so kids came out of the bathroom, Pat came out of the bathroom, and I'm like, all right, let's go. And I guess they didn't get the reaction that they wanted, okay? Because, like, again, after all of that, their entire demeanor changes. And, we left, you know what I'm saying, and I dropped Pam off and took the kids home with me, and, I didn't get in the house until, like, minutes 2, okay? So that's just to tell you. So, and I'm like, okay, what have you. So now, yesterday was Mother's Day, and, Friday, Pam had said to me, she was like, she's going to go to the movies with one of her girlfriend on Sunday, So I asked her, I said, what do you do on Sunday? She's like, oh, I'm going to, go with my friend to the movies. And I'm like, really? Because 2 days ago, she was like, I'm going to go to the movie on Sunday by myself, because she wanted to see Infinity War. Now, I had mentioned wanting to take the kids to see Infinity War. Now, she could have been like, hey, let's all go see Infinity War, right? But nope. She's like, oh, I'm going to see Infinity War by myself, right? She never mentioned she was going there with her girlfriend, okay? All of a sudden, Friday now, again, I asked her, and she's like, oh, now I'm going with my girlfriend. So, she does things that are very suspicious that makes me kind of she's know what's being done, and she's willingly participate in doing these things, okay? And then there are times when, like I said, where, we're sleeping, if I'm sleeping next to her, we hear sirens, she'll wake up, she'll stick her finger in her ears, and she'll go back to bed. Without even looking to see if I'm awake, okay? So obviously, the technology being used on her. Also, the babysitter that I used to take the kids to, she used to target me heavily every time I go pick up the kids, and she ended up developing cancer. So right now she has cancer. So the danger of these technologies, even though they're telling these people out there that, hey, this is not dangerous and whatever, make them thinking it's God that's doing this. This is directed energy weapon. This is microwave mind control that's happening. Okay, and a lot of people, a lot of these perps are getting cancer. Even TIs are developing cancer because of this technology. And this is something that they're not going to tell you. Okay? So anyway, I ended up calling her later on in the afternoon because I had to take Bryce home. And I said, hey, let's go out to dinner. And I didn't know if it was really, at the end of the dinner, after being targeted the way I was targeted, I kept questioning. I said, was it really me that wanted to take out to dinner, or was it the technology? Because she already told me that she was going out with her friend, right? Not once she said, hey, you know what, I would like to spend Mother's Day with you guys, even though it's my weekend off and the kids, it does fall on Mother's Day. So if you want to do anything, that's fine. But she was like, nope, I'm going with my friend, blah, 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 this and that. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So anyway, I ended up calling her anyway, went to dinner. You had a good time, have you? And again, we went to a restaurant, a Japanese restaurant. And again, the people work there start targeting me and crazy. As I'm sitting down, I see these lights, like police lights flashing on the wall, and I'm like, oh, okay. And Pam started targeting me and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So took her and the kids home, dropped Bryce home, came back, and I went to my house, because I was like, listen, I'm not in the mood to be dealing with this nonsense tonight, because I was very tired, So this morning now, I actually, let me finish this. This is dropping her home on Saturday after the 216 party. I'm heading home with the kids. And I've noticed lately that whenever I drive home, and I've had other videos of this, there'll be a police car parked up on Linden Boulevard with just their lights flashing as I'm on my way home. Again, because of the heavy targeting that's going on. So they do stuff like that to let me know that it's them, the police, that's doing this. And this morning, which is very particular, I'll tell you, again, Monday morning, got up early, and I was like, you know what? Let me take because I was up, because I went to bed early last night, so I got enough rest. I said, let me go get up early, take the kids to school, and I'll drop her off to work. Okay. Now, getting close to her house, her block, cross the light. Before I cross the light, this SUV turned in front of me. Okay, and again, synchronization. And as I pull up on it, so I had to start recording. So it's like, okay, again, the number 32 within the license plate, right? Okay, let me lower down the volume because copyright purpose. Okay. I'm just going to this guy, he wants to get in front of me so bad. And again, this is all coordinated. The use of colors, okay, on whether it's on vehicle or people wearing clothing, so now he's like, really, if I didn't let him go, I'm telling you, I would have crashed into him, or he would have crashed into me. And because I know what it is that they're trying to do, trying to edge on some type of aggressiveness, within me, I was like, you know what? I'm going to let him go. Because I know exactly what they're trying to do. This is manipulating your emotions on a daily basis, okay? And so, I just let him go. Okay, let me see. I think there was a. Hold on here. Okay. All right. So. All right. So I got the pants locked, and I think upstairs I called. I said, "Hey, I'm downstairs. Bring the kids down when they're ready." Which again took her a while, but eventually she did bring the kids down, and I watched the speed there here. Okay, Hispanic young woman. She's gonna be walking up. As soon as she sees me, as I'm pulling up, she opens up her bag. Okay. Now watch this guy over here. Okay. I want you to watch this. I'm gonna play this many times. This guy standing in this vehicle. He's looking at me. Okay. He sees me pulling out. He sees me pulling back to get out. He's gonna open his car door. He's looking at me now. Remember this. He's looking at me. Okay. I'm gonna do this again. Watch this. View this full screen. Sees me. Looking. His car door. She opens her bag. Goes across the street, walks back over, he grabs his crotch, gets back in his car. Okay? Oh, where is it here? Alright. I'm driving. Watch this lady. She's going to put her hands to cover her mouth. See that? Let's go back. Excuse me? She puts her hands up, cover her mouth. Okay. Now, okay. Now, why isn't anybody parking here to let their kids out? You have a big parking space. This vehicle, as you see, when I pulled up, it started driving like it was driving off. You could have parked here. This car could have parked here. The car in front of it could have parked here, right? No. Now, the reason why, as you see as I pull up, because I was going to pull up in here. Okay? Again, the license plate number. What's that number in the license plate number? And I pulled up closer just so I can get a good shot at the license plate. Number 32. All right? So now, this vehicle backs up. Okay? It goes go in front. Now again, you have a big parking space here. Okay? So they're going to basically block traffic or impede traffic, right? Just so they can park in. They could have pulled up in here. Okay, they could have pulled up in here. But again, it should be there. Okay? So now I pull in closer. Now they have a guy in a wheelchair. Right? Okay, because remember, with my back, always trying to send me subliminal message that it's going to be, and there's many different things that they try to subliminally give me a message about, whether it be the homeless theme, the people in the wheelchair theme, because of my back, uh, people shaking change when they walk by in front of me for financial destruction, stuff like that, using teenage girls, the pedophilia theme. It's always that, and I showed you in the beginning of this video, they tried to use a servitude theme using Pam. And again, just when I start to see the change in her behavior to where she just started throwing shit all over the place, and no matter how many times I talk to her about it, she'll stop for a little bit. But the minute that they think that they have me in a position in which they can try to abuse me, then she takes off, like throwing stuff all over the place, not picking stuff up. Keep telling her about leaving her shoes all over the place in the living room. She starts doing that now. Just a whole host of stuff. Okay, because again, they feel that now that they can, as the words say, show their ass. So now they're gonna go crazy with it, right? But again, it's my job as per God to expose what it is as per their God. Okay, not my God, their God, to expose, even though he's fake, to expose what it is that they're doing. Okay? And again, if you think about the mentality of these people, right, the mindset of these people, no concern for anybody else. They're not, they're self-centered and they're selfish. Okay, that's the type of personality and attitude that these people have. So when they become involved in this stuff, it amplifies exactly who they are 100-fold. Okay, so now they're even more selfish. They're even more self-centered. They have no courtesy. Okay, they have no concern for anybody. And then with the hand signal, I should walk by because you know what? I didn't park behind the school bus with the number 32 in the license plate.
I
Okay,
swear, blocking up the whole damn street.
Yep. But again, so I'm waiting now for them to move, and as they move, you see what I did?
All they have to do
See
is
what I did? See,
That's all they
there's
have
a
to do.
big space here. Okay, 2 cars could have fit in there, so they could have parked in there. They wouldn't be impeding traffic or even blocking traffic. But again, they wanted me to park behind them, but I didn't. Okay, and that's why they did what they did. All right, so
Go ahead, Ethan.
so you see the white car pulls over. Right now, if he was going to do that, why didn't he pull over there in the first place and walk his child across the street? Right, but again, it's street theater. So now that Ethan, I got out the car, he gets out the car.
Have a good day, then.
And
School bus and the license plate had the number 32 in it.
Yep.
So being that I didn't,
I tell you, these people. All right. Okay, so it's actually another thing that they do too. That the perps started doing is that whenever they'll see me, they'll start bowing their head. They'll bow their head. Okay. I guess I must be royalty or something. Well, you know what? Hey, I am a king. Okay. Okay, so now street there again. Okay, watch this guy across the street. The minute I approach the intersection to make a turn, he's gonna act as if he's walking off. See that? Then he stops. Okay? Because they want him. He's recording. So, you can't make it too obvious now, so you gotta try to play it off. I know their tactics. Okay? I know it pretty well. Okay, so this video is going to be a long video, and I apologize for it being so long, but I need to do the whole weekend thing along with this, just to show you a continuation. Okay, and again, another look at how this person talks. Right now, I understand you got to let your child off because you're going to school, but you can at least do it in a safe way. Okay, this right here is not safe, and she almost hit me. Okay, because I'm turning onto this exact same block that she turned so
This
slightly
person
on.
always does this, and it gotta be a woman. Look at her. Look at her.
Right, she almost ran into me because I was looking at her to see if she was going to be looking before she pulls off, and she didn't. She just basically just pulled off, and I just happened to look up at her, and then she sees me. Like, you don't pull off and then look. You look and then you pull off. Okay, not the other way around. That's how you get into accidents.
Like that. Why are you doing that?
Okay, so again, here I am pulling into Alyssa's school,
Let me
and okay, I am dropping her off. All right, let's go to the next video. Left her school. Go on, pick up Pam. Okay, it's again, the color theme. See, as I approach in the corner, you're gonna see the guy in the red sweater. He's going to cover his mouth as he sees me. He's looking. Look, see that? Cover his mouth. And as I walk past, as I drive past, Now, I should have recorded this in 1080p, but I forgot, and I wasn't going to redo the video, so you'll have to excuse me. Now, I see this lady with her son. As I pulled up, she was standing there, waiting there, okay? As I pull up to the corner, okay? As I pulled up, watch, she's going to walk off, right? You think she walks to about the end of the storefront, and then she turns back with her child and went into the store. Again, you're gonna see the whole street theater played out in real time. So this guy takes out a white tissue. He kept holding onto his nose. All right, as if he's wiping. Okay, then he bows his head. See how he bows his head? Okay, let me put the webcam on because it's tell you. All right, so he sees me, he's looking at me, comes across the street. He'll take out a white tissue out of his pocket, pinches his nose, and he wipes his nose. Wipes his nose again. Hispanic girl, again, using Hispanic women in their targeted. Okay, and at this point, he stood up in front of the store, wiping his nose. All right. So now I turn the camera. Because the guy with the tissue kept doing it, so as soon as I reached to turn the camera, he walked off. Now, this same woman, again, who was standing there as I first approached this intersection, her son, she walked off, and like I said, she turned around, she went back into the store. She comes back out, full purse. Her using the kid. So you see how she comes down, she had her head down. She bows her head. Okay, let's go. She's gonna walk off. Watch. She's gonna come. Head bow. Looks up. Does this. Head bow again. Okay. You watch this guy. Pinch his nose. Now, I want you to pay very close attention to this woman. She's walking, it's about her head. She's looking down. Mind you, okay, she's not even supposed to walk. Okay, but the fact that she's not even looking to see if there's any car turning, okay? And clearly she's not supposed to walk. Look, she bowed her head. Now she looks. Like how you step into the street with your head down, okay? Then as she crosses over and got back on the sidewalk, she bows her head again. Yes, that must be the king of Wakanda. And we all know Wakanda is a fictional place, just like their fictional God and the fictional Jesus. Okay? Now, she walks by. Okay, she goes, bow her heads. Guy walk across the street, bows his head, so he keep bowing his head. Now at this point, both of them bow their head at the same time. Keep bowing his head. Okay? Bow his head again. Now, look at this guy. Okay? He comes out of the store, stands at the corner because he's getting ready to cross. But no, you know, they're not done. In his hands, he has calling cards. Now, these are calling cards that you'll call your home country with. So he comes and stands up in front of the car. Excuse me. And let me okay, because I'm itching all over again. Okay. Watch him. Comes staring at me right in front of the car. Takes his keys out. Okay. All right. Now, as he walks off, right, because he's going to be out of view of the camera. So he went from here to here to here in front of the car, only to go back over here. See where this this intersection is right here? You think he's walking straight across, or even walking in the direction of this oncoming traffic. No, he's going to be walking this way. So again, you gotta look at their behavior, right? See, he turns, then this guy comes up, street theater, takes his phone out, shows it, puts it back in his pocket. These people are just, when I tell you, these people, the cult, again, keys on the his pants loop. Again, this is all power of suggestion, power of association. When I was going to court, with my the mother of my first son, who had me falsely arrested, saying that I assaulted her, all this stuff, all to get me to drop the custody charge. And whenever I would sit down in the courtroom, the court office, actually in the hallway of the courtroom, the court officers will walk by, they'll shake their keys. That's, they're deliberately like, with their keys on their pant loop, they'll stick their thumb in the pant loop and, with the other fingers, jingle their keys really loud. So again, this is, power suggestion, power association. Okay? I'm waiting for Pam. Now you're gonna see when she shows up again. Synchronization, street theater. All right, now here we go. Just gonna start with this guy. So he has a mask on. As he crosses over, he tugs on his ears. You'll see. All right. See, tug on his ears. And go back. And view this full screen, please. Right about now. Tug on his ears. He's looking down. He's walking. Looking down. Okay? Got a mask on. Right? Now, this guy, the red theme, guy in the red sweater. Okay? Now watch this woman. She comes out. She holds out a white piece of paper. Okay? Now here's Pam. Okay? This guy. Watch this guy. See? Tuck on his ears. As Pam walks by. What they're doing here, this is a subliminal message we talk about in Coercive Persuasion. They send threats of let me see if I can find it here. Let's go. Go here. So, we're talking about, where is it here? Okay. And to intimidate. This is all an intimidation tactic, right? With the force of group sanctions, secular, psychological threats, for example, it may be suggested or implied that failure to adopt the approved attitude, belief, or consequence behavior will lead to severe punishment or dire consequences such as physical or mental illness, the reappearance of a prior physical illness, drug dependence, economic collapse, social failure, divorce, disintegration, failure to find a mate. So basically, what they're doing is using Pam to get me to, with her targeting me, okay, to get me to say, you know what, F it, I'm done in this relationship, right? Then they can basically, like if I do try to date again, what they'll do is that they'll interfere, they will prevent me from finding another person to be in a relationship with. This is what is going on here, okay? Coercive persuasion, okay? All right, now, see how Pam bow her head? Okay? Right there, let's go back again. Now watch this. Try it work. Now she starts moving as they get closer. You tug on his ears, pull on his ears. Okay, Pam bows her head. She walks by. Okay? And again, oh, you didn't kind of miss this one here. So, we're not done. So as Pam walks by, she bows her head. Then this woman comes out, takes out her phone. See that? Or her phone or keys. It's very quick. It's very quick. Okay? And I believe I had just moved the camera. Okay? Yep, I had just moved the camera. So, again, whatever it is that she has in her hand. Okay? So, pick Pam up. Now, you're going to see another theme, you know. I talked about how, again, see the guy here? So you have a construction worker, and again, he's looking up at the sky, right? Has a cell phone in his hand, okay? And what it is that basically sends a subliminal message that the cell phone is being used to control the. There was a truck. See this right here? So he guess he's using his cell phone to control, which is BS. It's nonsense. Okay, this is nonsense, right? But that's what they want me to believe. You can see if I say that, okay, now I'm going to sound real crazy. There's actually they have a operating lever which somebody is on the side of that truck doing that. He's not doing this, okay? But this is sending me subliminal message about being able to remotely control people, right? That's what that is about, okay? Now, as I drive across, see this person standing there? The minute I drive past, this person does this. Yeah, I don't want to do it but you see, basically he puts his hands behind his head, up above his shoulders and behind his head. Okay? Remember the woman that by Eaton School when I dropped them off? It's the same thing. Okay? All right. Okay, so. The street was very, this morning, it was too much traffic. It had a lot of buses, school buses, regular buses. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take another route. Okay, so this route, the new route that I normally, because you see me turn on this block in the mornings because, you know, it's quicker that way. This street here I usually too crowded, so I take here, and again, as I turn here, you'll see as I get close, this woman walks, bows ahead, okay? She sees me, she bows ahead, walk towards the car. Okay, now, this truck is going to pull up in front of me, of course, because that's what they do. Okay, now as I get closer, I want you to, again, pay special attention. Okay? All right, and what is in the license plate? 132, what is it, 54? A 14. 13214. Number 32 again. Okay, so now the camera won't be able to pick this up, but there's going to be a truck. Okay, that's going to drive this way. It's going to pass by. Okay, this truck. And the license plate, again, the ending number, because you see the license plate right here, the number 32 at the end of the license plate. Okay, so as I made the turn, behind me was a police car, police SUV. Okay, one of those Ford Explorer. All right, so let's get to the interesting part now. The real interesting part. Okay, now at this point, you know, me and Pam were having a conversation, and you know, they're using her to try to trigger me. And let's put the volume up.
It seems so fast.
Okay, so we're talking. Let's go back a little bit.
Did mom say anything?
She's talking about Bryce. Okay, she asked me, did Bryce have a good time last night?
Late. No, it wasn't late. It was supposed to be 7. You got like about 9. So I didn't call him to ask him anything. After I was like, you know what, let me not call because.
Now see the guy with the
call
dog?
him to see what's going on.
Let's go back.
I didn't call him to ask him.
He's staring right at Pam. You know? So this is what they do to cause distress between me and Pam.
Call
right?
him.
So whether she's involved in it or not, they're still going to do this to cause distress, right? But at this point, I think I'm starting to realize and recognize that, you know, what it is that they're using her friends to fill her head up with stuff, and then, you know, she comes to me and it's like she has like this non-cherish, nonchalant attitude about anything that I say, right? So like I told her all the time, I say, you don't listen to me, and that's your problem. You don't listen to me, and you know, why should I listen to you, right?
Yep.
So we're talking about, she's talking about, oh, you know, these years go by so fast, and
Actually, it seems that way. It's not. I don't think time goes by quick at all. I think so. Sometimes in your memory, you're like, oh yeah, go
now see this hers.
I mean, a year is a long time.
You'll see. This is again subliminal
Years, 12 months.
message, death threat.
To a year. It's a long time.
Like, look, we're halfway through.
The meantime, I'm looking at my side mirror, right, and I see a fire truck pulls alongside. Okay, and you're gonna see me turn the camera, because if I didn't turn the camera, you would not see the fire truck, and I would just talk about it. You would not believe me.
Their birthdays is like this weekend, but the following
Okay, and she was just talking to me. She's like, "Oh, you know, 1 year goes by so fast." And again, you see the fireman.
And their birthdays is like this.
He does this with the finger. Okay. Remember I told you about that pointing finger and what it represents and how it was used by a police officer in the beginning of my targeting. Okay, this is neurolinguistic programming. It was done over and over and over again. So now, you know, all they have to do is this, and again, power of suggestion, power of association is at work here. Neurolinguistic programming.
This weekend, but the following 2 weeks. Less than Bryce's birthday's 2 weeks from today.
Yep.
You know, it's like, wow, that's so fast. And then June's coming up. They'll be out of school. Like, it just goes by quick.
Okay. Now, like I said, had I not turned the camera, you would not have been able to see the fire truck. They were not counting on me turning the camera. But you know what? Like I said, sometimes, you know, things might miss me because, you know, with the targeting and everything and the remote monitor and the microwave, and because what they'll do is that they'll beam you to become very nonchalant about your targeting, that you won't notice it if you're recording, because again, they don't want you to be alert to catch these things as they're happening. Okay, that's how they get away with a lot of this stuff.
There's a hearse in front of us.
I saw somebody trying to keep up.
Yeah.
Might be going to the hospital to pick up a body.
Yeah, she said you might be going to the hospital to pick up a body. Okay? Well, which hospital is it going to? The only hospital around here is the hospital that she works at. Okay? Now, you're going to hear how they will use other people to do what is called indirect targeting, okay? Or indirect death threats, okay? Because she's not going to say, hey, you're going to die.
I think of like mortuary people. Like there really are people for every job. Because as one job I could not do. Like nope, no sorry, no thank you. Maybe if I was raised culturally, like in the Philippines, like they say.
Okay, so all of a sudden she brings up the Philippines. Now remember, I've been talking lately about a lot of Asian women, and you'll see here, okay, exactly what I'm talking about.
Remember guys, they laid out on the dining room table. Everyone comes and visits them, and so like one of my friends in the military.
Different culture.
Yeah, she says.
Only in America and some parts of the West, I should say Western culture, that
there you go.
Everybody's scared of the death.
Asian woman looks Filipino.
Superstition.
From one of those areas. Another one.
You know,
okay.
Their body decomposing and sinking up the place.
Yeah. There's still something about it I just don't like. Even though I've been in the room now a few times with dead bodies, it's still like, I mean, they're still warm and pink. You know, they just died. Like, I watch
them. Here you go, another one.
The dead people.
And a black person, when they die, they turn pink.
Okay. And she starts saying crazy stuff. Like, the body is pink and all this stuff. I'm like, all right, okay. So, let's
I have a pink too. If you look at yourself,
because she was stuck on this dead Filipino thing, and then there's going to be something else about the Philippines. And you're going to hear me at one point say, you know what, why don't you just go to the Philippines? You know? Because again, I recognize the trigger words and stuff like that and how they use her to target me.
I can't. Anywho, so she
when I die, I ain't gonna be pink out there. I ain't gonna be warm pink. I'm still gonna be black.
Again, guy cross there.
You're missing the point. The point is they look like they were sleeping. They still had the blood tinge to their underneath their skin tone. They've been flushed. Now, and a lot
watch this part right here.
Traumatic.
You know, basically, you know, this right here giving me confirmation, like really, really good confirmation that they've been using Pam, or Pam has been a part of this all along. Okay?
Saturday was really nice. My mom and I talked about it. Yeah. I sent her all the pictures. Posted pictures.
She's talking about the Sweet 16 party that she went to. No. Did you see what happened there? You gotta view this full screen. Okay? I just want to. She sticks out her tongue. She's looking at me. She's gonna turn back, looks at me. Okay? She had that just look at her face, and you see she puts her hands behind her back. Okay? And watch she spread out her fingers as she reaches for the card, and then does it again as she reaches there. But again, you're trying to mask the target. You know, that's what it is. But you see, right? She's looking directly at me. So as you see, if you view it full screen, you're going to see her stick her tongue out at me. Okay? And staring at me and Pam. And at that point, Pam, she's looking at her nails, her fingernails. She basically looked down, curled her hands with her nails, staring at her nails. I'm watching all of this now. And I'm like, wow. Okay, so let's let me speed up some of this. Okay, now watch this gentleman across the street, pinches his nose. Pinch his nose again. She looks up, then she bows her head. Okay, let's move on to the next video.
100-year-old tattoo artist.
No, she's still stuck on the Philippines. Okay, for the past few minutes since the time we saw her, she's talking about in the Philippines. She's still stuck on the Philippines. So now she's bringing up all this stuff about the Philippines on her phone. Okay.
It was in a remote village in the Philippines.
Yeah.
She's in Alaska for a time. People travel to go get eaten by her.
Why are you in the Philippines? Everything in the
It's just on my
Philippines.
Facebook.
So all of a sudden now she's getting all these feeds about the Philippines because she brought up about, people being dead in the Philippines and blah, blah, blah.
All in the Philippines.
So again, this is how they use social media to participate in targeting you if you're a TI. And we know this, okay? We know this. But I'm just trying to show you, just from hearing her speaking, I can't show you her phone, just from hearing her speaking, her saying that it's all on her Facebook, okay? And again, what do a lot of Western men, particularly white men, go to the Philippines and do? Have sex with women, whether it be young women or these transvestites, right?
What I mentioned today.
Really?
The black person posted this. I didn't know where it was from. I just watched this video. I didn't know until it came about the Philippines. It doesn't say that.
I'm saying for the past 10 minutes you're on the Philippines.
No, I just mentioned because I knew from my coworker about the Philippines with a death, and I just happened watching the video, and she happened to be from the Philippines. It came from my timeline. I didn't seek it out, and a black person posted it.
Okay. No matter who posted it. Just saying.
That's just how.
10 minutes
That's
you've been on the Philippines.
Now, here she say it's coincidence. It's not coincidence. Okay? It is not coincidence.
I technically I was
Past
talking about 10 minutes.
You've been on the. By the time you
Alright,
saw
Nigel.
by the time you saw the hearse,
Yes.
you've been
And
on
And watch this guy as he walks over, he's going to bow his head.
I
the
told you the
Philippines.
story.
See that?
Okay. By the
That's
time you saw the
how-
hearse, you've been on the
okay.
Philippines.
Anywho,
Yeah, just non-stop. Philippines.
maybe I need to go there.
Yeah, maybe you do. Book a ticket. Go.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's fine. You don't want to say
No,
maybe
I'm
you need
reading
to go
something else. I'm just done.
Okay. Thank you. It's like you're stuck on repeat in the damn Philippines.
Have a good day. I actually remember the spiral today. I had a dream about it. That they had to get me when I was sick. Bye. Take care.
Okay, and here she said,
I
bye.
actually remember
Take
the
care.
spiral today. I had a dream about it. That they had to get me when I was sick. Bye. Take care.
Now you hear like somebody was going to cry, or somebody acting like they're crying.
Bye. Take care.
You hear that? Somebody was saying, hey, and it's like, ooh, like as if they're crying.
Take care.
Now, why is she saying take care? I've dropped her off practically every weekday at her job. usually say goodbye, what have you, and that's it. Right? Today, she's like, bye, take care. I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Now, see, this guy comes out, he's wiping he's wiping away tears. You know, that's where you heard that person pretending to cry as Pam was saying goodbye and take care. Okay? Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's go back here. I don't know what happened. Let's go back. Okay. So actually, I didn't even click on this video, and this video popped up. This is the wrong video. This is the video from before, so the video popped up. Okay? Alright, so where else? Right here. Yeah, let's go back. So again, he comes up, he starts wiping, like he's wiping away tears, And again, you're gonna see, here you go, Asian lady. Again, that's where they get the Filipino theme from. So now I'm going to be bombarded with Asian women, right? A woman that look, from the Philippines, from that region. Okay? Okay. Now, wait a minute. Did I miss something here? Let's see here. Trying to figure. Alright, let's go back a little bit. Okay, right here. Guy pinches his nose. Yep, so I did miss that. See, he pinches his nose. Let's go back again. Okay, so what does she do? What does she do? Okay? This woman, what does she do? Sticks her finger in her ears. Did you see that? Watch. Whatever she does, so he comes, he looks at me, pinches his nose. Okay? Alright, now, right here, I ran out of storage space. Now, I drove a block, okay? A block over. Police car, again, a police SUV, coming in the opposite direction. Okay, and I'm like, okay, what have you. Took this, and I turned and drove all the way to Flatbush. When I got to Flatbush, that exact same police SUV, okay? I believe the license plate number was 5634, 5637. Okay? Same SUV was, as soon as I made the ride onto Flatbush, pull up right behind that same police SUV. Okay? And they knew that I ran out of space. That's why they did that, because they know that I can't show it. But hopefully, I've shown you guys enough footage, enough proof of what's happening that you guys will believe me when I say this. That is exactly what happened. I'm not lying. So anyway, got back onto the block and waited for parking. And this guy here in my side mirror, okay? This guy stood there for the past half an hour, okay? Because I got back on the block about 9:15. The minute I pulled up and parked here, he walked by, stood up behind the car, all right? And every time I looked in the side mirror to look back at him, he's sticking his thumbs out, okay? And so...
Been standing back there for half an hour, doing all these hand signals, sticking his thumb out.
Okay, so I actually had to basically delete some pictures because I didn't want to delete any video. So I had to delete some pictures in order to get a few seconds of footage of this perp. Okay, this civilian perp standing behind the car, targeting me with the hand signals. Okay, I mean, this is unbelievable what's going on here. All right, and again, you know, talking about this coercive persuasion program, and it's all mind control. Okay, it's just a fancier term, a fancier way of saying mind control. All right, brainwashing. Okay, and with the use of directed energy weapons, you know, microwave weapons, the use of me being microchip, you know, it's even more pervasive, it's more intrusive. You have no privacy, because every time you think of something, whether if they don't like it, they start with the sirens. Okay, they start with the sirens. Okay, and so again, this is what they do. I mean, couple this coercive persuasion programming with the technology that they've been developed over the past 50 years. Okay, dealing with mind control. All right, dealing with basically trying to suppress your thought, trying to change you into something that you're not. You know. And I have to say that it is negative. There's nothing positive. They may try to say, try to convince people out there, what we're doing has some positive effect. What positive effect? I wasn't a criminal. You know, I wasn't committing a crime. I was working. I was working, trying to take care of my kids, trying to take care of myself. And they did this. Okay? They basically drugged me. First of all, they used my son's mother to have me falsely arrested. Drug me, right, with possibly LSD to soften up my mind, implanted me with a microchip, okay, for remote monitoring, for experimentation purposes, okay, then try to set me up, right, then trying to use that to silence me. It's not going to work, okay, it's not going to work. So, again, you know, this coercive persuasion, you know, I mean, anybody who read up on this, and again, you go to psychologicalharassment.com and read up on coercive mind control tactics, clearly you see that anyone that does this to anyone have no good intent for that towards that person. And if you read a book called Mind Control Language Pattern by Donald Jones, okay, it talks about the harm that it causes when people are being psychologically manipulated against their will in a manner that is destructive to that individual. Okay? When you have these perpetrators out there walking around thinking that it's God. It's not God that's doing it. It's the U.S. government. The technology that they've developed, that because you guys don't research shit, because the Bible that you read, you think it's the damn truth, and it's not. And if you do your history and you do your research, you'll understand that. Okay, but because y'all been so conditioned and so brainwashed, okay, they got y'all believing it's God. So now they're walking around with they looking up in the sky to see me. So you know what? I'll look up at the sky too. Because you know what? Whatever God you're praying to, that's telling you that, oh, it's me that's doing this to this individual, it's not that God, it's the United States government. Okay, the secret agencies, these security agencies, the CIA, the FBI, the Department of Defense, the Navy, the Army, they all have been developing mind control technologies. Okay? And using your religious belief system to manipulate you by using your pastors and whatever you want to call them, psychics, whatever, whoever. It's a lie. All of that shit is a lie. There's no such thing. Okay? But again, their religious belief system, you know, make them think and make them believe that, you know, that's who's doing it. Well, you know what? I look up at the sky too when they look up at the sky. Okay? So what does that tell them? That the same person, the same fictional person that they have up there in the sky, okay, I'm going to use that same fictional person and expose what it is that they're doing. As a matter of fact, I want to say, you know what? It's your fictional God that's telling me to expose you. So, what do you say to that? I bet you have no answer for that. Okay? So please, spare me with that religious bullshit. Alright? Your religious themes don't work. Okay? So I'm going to leave it as that. And, until the next video, I'll see you guys.